to the high five?
Yeah, that's part of it, but I've also got a soft spot for this horse. I've always kind of just liked the way that he races. He's turned some decent efforts in at Mohawk Park. I think he can get a slice in here. He's a big number on the board too.
Well, 30 to 1, that would help it a little bit. It's a field of 9, race number 6, Boots and Brian, Mr. X, and Fuzzy. Was it Bear on the inside of the center, Mr. Truth, and Jet Set, Charmer to the outside, shipping out Ranger ahead of her, Hercules Jam of the second tier, Evasive Card Shark. It's a field of 9, it's the 6th dash, and there at the start of the prop, Mr. X is going to flash speed with Fuzzy Was It Bear. Also leaving Mr. Truth and Jet Set, Charmer, Boots, and Brian on the inside of Evasive Card Shark. It's Mr. X who's got the lead. Mr. X. Fuzzy Was It Bear. Hercules Jam's going to press on the outside. Boots and Brian is away fourth. Then Mr. Truth, Evasive Card Shark, Jet Set, Charmer, and shipping out and Ranger ahead of her. And now coming on to get the lead from post 8 is Hercules Jam, but a short-lived lead as Mr. X wants to come back around to reclaim the lead. Mr. X, Hercules Jam, Fuzzy Was It Bear, and then popping to the outside, Mr. Truth, and following second over, Evasive Card Shark. On the inside is Boots and Brian, and then it is back to Jet Set, Charmer, and Shippin' Out as they race their way off the turn and roll on towards us, and then trailing is Ranger ahead of her. It is Mr. X up at 27-4 opening quarter, leading a couple of lengths on past the half. Halftime 58, a 30-1 second panel. Hercules Jam is racing second. On the inside, Fuzzy Was It Bear is third, and then Mr. Truth and Boots and Brian. Evasive Card Shark is still second over racing sixth, and now is going to go 3 wide but has a lot of work to do. And then it is Jet Set, Charmer, and Shippin' Out, and back to Ranger ahead of her. It is Mr. X with the lead as they hustle on to 3/4. Mr. X, Hercules JM, Fuzzy Was a Bear. Evasive Card Shark now has burst onto the scene, is about 3 off the lead, and Hercules Jam popped the pocket. Hercules Jam in pursuit of Mr. X, Evasive Card Shark third, and Fuzzy Was a Bear. And then Boots and Brian, they turn from 3/4, 127-1. It's Mr. X and Hercules Jam and Evasive Card Shark as they come on to the finish and scooting up the inside. Fuzzy Was a Bear. 4 across the track, but Evasive Card Shark might have just put a nose on the wire in front of Mr. X with Hercules Jam on the outside. Mile of 158 flat.
But when I saw him on the turn in contention, I said, "Oh, it's going to be tough to hold off Evasive Card Shark because he kind of needed this one to get stuck in more traffic, for him not to get there." So 3 to 1 ends up being a good price on a horse that we both thought was probably the best in the field.
And we were right to be willing to use the 8 Hercules Jam because that was a good effort. Back in front of us is the winner of race number 6. It is 9 Evasive Card Shark and 11-year-old Cam's Card Shark Bay Gelding, owned by Craig Ellis, trained by Bruce Goyd. Travis Henry is the winning driver. It's the 5th win this year, 35th lifetime. Evasive Card Shark, mile of 158. And once again, glad to see Kingston Henry on the bike in the winner's circle. He's getting practice for sitting in that bike in about 15 or 17 years from now. $420, 8 Hercules Jam, $650. 20-cent high five, $698.85. $2 exactor, $26.70. Dollar try, $67.95. Dollar win, 4 4 of 4, $125.